Hi everybody, this is Gijs again and I hope you are doing well. As you can see, we've made camp with the rooftop tent on the car and some family sitting somewhere in the background. And yes, we are as a family on holiday in Sweden, and I think it was 2018 we came to this place as well. And I'm not going to tell you exactly where it is, but it is in Engermanland, almost on the border with Lapland, which we will be heading to later today. And a couple of years ago, like I said, in 2018, we found this little village. And I'll show you this from the outside. Yesterday it was absolutely pouring with rain, but now they promised us 2 days of really nice weather. And this is the village, and over there, beautiful big lake. And this is a village that has been, well, abandoned already for quite some while, because this was basically the place where what has been told to me, the cow herders, is that how you call this? The people who have the cows. In the summertime they graze on these fields, and in the wintertime they go to another place on the other side of the lake. Because the winters are quite tough, they're not here, not on the fields, they just get fed, of course, indoors. But this is where the people moved to when the weather was fair. And this village, there's actually one place that serves as a sort of visitor center, which is, well, pretty structural sound. But there are also some houses that are left in the way that they were when the people left here. And I'm not really sure when it was, but it must have been, I think, well, somewhere in the late 60s, I think, because in one of the houses there is a wonderful decoration on the wall with pen writing, pencil, and it says little stories in Swedish of people who lived here, but also with the dates. So let's move into the village and I'll show you some of this beautiful Swedish heritage. Giant antique. Now, from the field, let's head to the official entrance. Where we first came into this place. And this little building, this is the one that's open. And when I open the door, you will see it is absolutely pitch black, simply because there is no light. There are a few little rooms, a few little windows, that's all. But if you look outside, you get this wonderful view of old buildings. So let's go over there. Not much to see, but this is the one that has been totally renovated, because it's got a nice roof. I was reading through the notes that we made when we were here in the guest book, and it actually said that in 2018 I repaired the gate that I'm passing at the moment, and it's open, but it is still in one piece. Now, what is nice about this Swedish way of construction is that you can see the roofs. Of course, it's got beams going from left to right. On top of that there are other planks, and you can see it somewhere here, I think. Yeah. This is the bark of a birch tree, and it's put all over on top of each, just like tiles, roof tiles. And then they put big beams on top of that as a weight. And on some you can still see that they've got these big rocks to hold down everything. And this, it's now really soft. It's reindeer. How do you call this? Well, it's something that reindeer eat. Moss? Maybe that's the word. But when the sun is here the whole day, it will dry out and it will get absolutely hard. Now, let's go down this trail. And you can see the houses. They are still from the outside. These are all barns and sheds for maybe pigs, sheep, maybe cows, that kind of stuff. The little buildings that I'm passing here, it's mainly for wood storage. But what is the interesting thing is that literally on the lakeside, they've built these houses. And the houses, they've got an absolute fantastic view. Look at that. And on the other side, if you look into the distance, there is a other homestead farm like this, which is being totally renovated the last couple of years, and it's absolutely beautiful. But now, this first house, it's the house that scared the crap out of my youngest daughter back in 2018. Because if you look through this window, this house is not open. There is a pair of shoes in the middle of the living room. And in the Netherlands we've got this theme park, the Efteling, and it's got a attraction with a pair of dancing shoes. Of course it's electronic and magnetic and whatever, but when my daughter saw these, it's like, oh, there must be a ghost still living in here, because the soul, it's still in there. We're not going into this one. Now, if we continue to the next one, and I have to chase some mosquitoes once in a while. This one, as you can see, it's got two doors. And when we were here in 2018, the planks here, there was still the veranda, is that the word? Porch thingy? Not porch. It was quite okay, but you can see that the lower beams, they're really rotting away already. And what I do like is that if you look closely, that when they built this cabin, you can still see the markings on which beam had to go on top of the other one, which is absolutely quite cool. There's one program, Barn Builders, Barn something on Discovery or National Geographic Television. They do a lot of these barn conversions and taking old barns somewhere to a new place and restoring. I love this. That's why I would like to have one of those buildings one day in my life. Now we continue to the next one, and this one is actually open, sort of. There's a little piece of iron wire and a nail holding the door, but when we open it, we can go inside. And this is absolutely stunning, because look at this nice living room that is still, well, I think pretty much in order. And this is, behind this little desk, I put my computer there, and I took a chair and I did some work yesterday here. And also the paper on the wall with the flower print. I think it's absolutely fantastic. That's where the stove was. A really nice rocking chair, which my grandma would have loved. And now we go into a sort of bedroom kitchen. And I have to squeeze myself because this door, it's almost, I'm not big, but it's 1.70 meters high, I think. And it's very narrow. But this room really amazed me. Because if you look at the walls, you can see there's a lot of papers on the wall. And the papers there are dating in this house to the beginning of the Second World War. Finnarnas fiklamputrull lamna rising inganatro. I don't know Swedish, I should learn this. But the one that really got me was basically this one. Like saying Mordvapnes. And this is one the 1st of March in, I think it was 1940. This is also nice. If you take the peg out, you can get some ventilation in there in the cabin. And of course there's some steel mosquito stuff. And then we go to the other side. And let me take the camera on the other hand because it is quite heavy, a camera and a gimbal in the same time. It's, of course, we've got a, get the camera a little bit lower. It's a bed, and you can make a single person bed, of course, but you can make it bigger. It's like the pre-thingy of IKEA, I think. And that there are still a lot of cups here. A machine. I know that when I looked at it, it does 100 liters of something in a minute, but I really don't know what. And then in the cupboard that we have over here, this one, this little bottle, let me get it into the light for you, which is quite difficult. This little bottle, when I smelled it, it smells like tar. So maybe that's what they did with the machine, make tar out of something, tree probably. And also in the little cupboard down here, there are still a lot of bottles containing some liquids. And there are also nails in there. What you can see is that, and I'll get the light in the correct order again, that on the cupboard here there's a lot of writing going on. But that same happens on the doorpost. And on the doorpost I could find the date. This is 1990. So that was at the end of the First World War. Look here, there's another one. Also a soldier. Now in this writing I've seen on a lot of posts in houses that are here, like also this one. This one says 1959, and there also something like a written message. Probably a lot of memories. And then when you get out of the house, the view, it's absolutely stunning. And I must say that after, close it again, after 2 days of rain, it's absolutely wonderful just to have some sun again. Now we continue to the other side because there's much more to see. Two doors, probably two houses, two rooms to stay in. And again, all the sheds for the animals, and of course also probably to get some stuff stored. Now, one of the other houses, that what I like about these old houses is that the windows, you can really see that it is a very old glass. because it's all wobbly, and when you look inside you can see it. When you look from the inside to the outside, you can see the lake is like, well, it's not only the waves, but it's really a magical thing. And note the cups. Now let's go in this one, because this one is open as well. It's got a beam that basically locks the door in place. So when we get out, I'll show you this again, but also on this house, you can see that there is a lovely bunk bed, and also on the bunk bed, lot of writing. On the walls, lots of writing and carvings. And I love this nice little casted iron stove. But now, on this plank, there was a lot of messages written. And there's even one from a later date, from the 1980s, 83. But I could not find one that was of a more recent date. And also I like this one a lot. It's in carving, a name and a date, and also again some text. But this is very striking. Look at the drawing that some probably kid made of maybe what was going on around this place. Absolutely stunning. Cups still standing there, some toilet rolls. Marvelous. And then the view of the outside world. Absolutely amazing. Now walk through or past the house to the backyard, and I'll show you what basically every little house has. Where is it? It's over there. That second house, we cannot get in that one. It's closed. And the curtains are drawn, so I cannot look what's inside. But this little hut, get the hook off the nail, and you will see that this is the wood that you need to burn when you want to cook something or when you want to heat the house. Now, and then I'll show you a pig style or a animal thingy. What is amazing about this whole area, and I've seen lots of them, the ant heaps, they get very, very big. And everywhere you go, there are ants, and they are the red type, but I've not been bitten yet. Now, this is one of the nicer sheds if you look on the inside, because we go inside and you will see that basically the craftsmanship that has gone into building these little walls, nice and round, so nobody gets hurt. A place where they can put some food in. And if you look at the construction of this building, then you can see, if you look at the roof, you can see the beams, you can see the planks, and on top of the planks, in this case, there are other planks that work as tiles, and they're nailed to the bigger planks, and all the nails that come through the ceiling, if you're a bit tall and you're on the side of the shed, then you will get a nail in your head. And now let's continue to the last one that I want to show you. Oh, that's one other thing. I told you about ants, and there is a ant motorway going down below here. And if you look on top of the roof, you can see that that's where the little tiles are. Tiled roof, is that how you call this? Probably. Now, again, the shed that's here This one is closed, so we'll leave it. What you see on the, let me get a bit more in the sun. What you can see on the background is the fences. There are the fences to protect this homestead, that's how you could call this, or this farm, mostly against moose and reindeer coming from outside. I know there are some bears living in Sweden as well, so maybe it was to keep them out as well, but most of the time it's the moose that otherwise just ruined the garden. And some people still build them new. And what I like about this shed is that the opening, it's a really nice round circle. And when you go in, it's a small entrance. Again, you can see that there are those thingies that divide the stuff for the animals. And now I've got an ant crawling up my knee. And also a very special compartment for probably a little bit bigger animal. And there are everywhere remains of old beehives that are set onto the ground, that have fallen there. Oh man, that was an ant again. Now let's go outside and close the door. That's closed. And now let me show you again a little bit of the roof, because here you can see that the roof, it's got the beams, and on top of the beams it has got the big boulders, and most of them are gone, but it's there to hold the roof down. Absolutely nice. And now I'm shooting this video with a new camera, a Sony ZV-E10, and this is the first one that I do with this. So I'm hoping that everything works out, because everything is on automatic this time, which I'm not used to. And the gimbal itself, the DJI one, it's the Ronin of course. I hope it gets the shot really nice and steady. But we'll see that in the edit. And now I'm getting back to the car, the tent, where family is sitting in the sun, reading books and drawing. And for me, it's time to stop this video, because I can see that the battery is almost empty. So, from this very beautiful spot in Sweden, I say goodbye. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. There's much more to watch, not only vlogs, but mainly reviews that I do. And after the holiday, I'm shooting a lot of B-roll footage here. I'm absolutely ready to shoot more review videos. Enjoy the outdoors and stay safe. Ciao, ciao!